So I just wanted to touch base with you guys on something here. If you're in the open bed market, flatbed market, any open deck, any type of securement where you're going to be doing chaining and stuff like that, one tool that I found that helps a lot, especially when you're new, I don't reference it all the time now, but it is a quick reference to where if you have any questions at all, get yourself one of these. This is a cargo securement tie-down calculator. This is a slide ruler, and let me get you zoomed in here and I'll show you what this does. Okay, so here's a better look at it. It's got two sides. So you got chain on this side, and you've got webbing and wire rope. I don't ever use this side, so but what this does, so your standard is grade 70, so we're going to be putting there. So if you're running, that's your chain size. Okay, if you're running, say if all you're out of your 3/8s, you're kind of like your standard, you can run 5/16. 5/16 grade 70, you slide it over to that spot, and then boom. That's going to tell you how much capacity you have a tie down. With one chain, you have 9,400 pounds worth of tie down. So if you're picking up a piece of machinery that weighs 40,000 pounds, you're going to need at least 5 chains on it with 5/16 chain. Okay? If you only got 4 tie down spots, you're going to need bigger chain. So you're going to need 3/8 chain. Grade 70 is your standard transport chain. They got to be marked. Your hook's got to have grade 70 stamped into them. Your chain will have a 770. It'll have that stamped into the link. Okay? 1 3/8. So you slide this over depending on your grade. The grade 80. Let's see if we can zoom in on that. Grade 80 is a higher grade, obviously. As you can see, 3/8 grade 80 gives you a 14.2. If you go up there, you got 17.6. Grade 70 is all I ever run. It's your standard transport. 13.2 for that chain. Okay. So if we were hauling a 40,000 pound piece of machinery that only had 4 picking eyes, that gives us 52,800 pounds worth of securement just with 4 chains, right, of the 3/8. If you're, some guys run 7/16, some guys go all the way up to 1/2 inch. And I mean, it's overkill for a lot of the stuff you're doing. If you're running machinery, a lot of big machines, you might want to go that route just to get them high capacities versus your limited amount of tie down, right? If you had a 7/16 chain, you only had 4 chains on it, you'd have 70,000 pounds worth of securement. That's quite a bit of securement off of 4 chains. That's a multi-axle load. You're not running a 5-axle setup or something like that. So just a quick nifty little tool here. J.J. Keller makes them. I'm sure some other people make them. This is just the one I have. So it's a quick calculator. I know that, hey, if I'm running 4 3/8 chains and this machine is saying it weighs 40 42, my max payload is 43,000, and I'm at 80,000 pounds. That's what I'm licensed at. So no matter what with that, I'm good at 52,000 pounds worth of load securement. If you've got chains that are not marked, if they're not marked, you have to run them all the way over to grade 30. Okay? If there's no stamping on them that says grade 70 or anything like that, DOT is not going to accept it as a grade 70. They're going to accept it as a 30. So let's slide that over and see what that looks like quick. If we had 3/8 chains at grade 30 and only had 4 chains on it, we go from 52,000 at 4 chains. Now we've only got 21,000 pounds worth of securement. Okay? That's where you're going to get into trouble in this game. If your stuff is all clapped out, not marked, and you go rolling through a scale with 4 chains on a piece of equipment, and you're saying, I'm good, I got 40,000 pounds worth of securement, or 52, saying, hey, this machine only weighs 40,000 pounds, well, you only got 21,000 pounds worth of securement chain on that. You're going to almost have to double up your chains just because they're not marked. see where that helps you. So this is a good backup tool. If you're questioning it on the end here, you've got your chain diameters. If you don't know, obviously if your chains are rusted and old, you can put that on there. If you really want to get technical, there is a it's kind of like these, but you can slip your links into them and you can see if your links are stretching. If you're stretching your chains out too much, they're getting ready to fail, and that a DOT officer may degrade. If you're at a 70 and they're stretched way out, he may degrade you down. He may say that chain is degraded and it's now, you know, only holding this capacity. So just a quick tool to have, super cheap. I don't know how much they are. I've had this for the longest time. This just slides out. It's just a little paper thing, laminated paper thing. Definitely, if you're in the open market, get yourself one of these.